Well, hello, very more welcome. Croeso cynnes iawn. Well, first of all, thank you ever so much for buying a wreath kit. This is something totally new for me, actually, for Christmas. So you should have received all your things to make the wreath kit and the code to watch this. So there's a few things you need to do before you start. First of all, find a space to work. You might want to put, say, newspaper down on your table just to keep things clean. You need scissors and possibly, and most importantly, you need a drink, whether it's your cup of tea or a glass of wine or a gin, whatever. That always goes down well. And maybe put on some Christmas music in the background. I'm not going to put music on here, but if you want to do it, go for it. So once you've got your box, I have taken everything out and put them into small little piles so I know where everything is. Now this demonstration is for either the winter whites door wreath or the natural door wreath. Both are a little bit similar, but there is one or two little bits a bit different. That'll be in your package for the two different themes. So let's start then. I have been busy and I've mossed this ready up for you. So that's the first job done, and it's a little bit messy, so I thought it's a good start if I do that for you. You'll find that you've got a wire, and what you need to do is attach it to your wreath ring. Now you can see this is the framework of the wreath. I need to attach it to it and just go round and round a little bit on the wire, just so that it is nice and solid and you can pull it. So the main basis of your wreath is this lovely spruce. It's very Christmassy feel and smell to it, isn't it? And what I tend to do is just take off the pine needles just at the base. So when you're actually trying to insert it or lay it on top, then it's not taking a huge amount of space up. So I sort of, I'm going to put this down a little bit so you can see what I am doing. You can't see me with my hat. I am in my work shed and it's a little bit colder here, so hopefully you've got the luxury of heating where you are. So yeah, you can see I've just inserted it into the moss. So I sort of lay it on top or insert it into it. And what I'm doing is basically getting some pine and some spruce right at the start. I've got about 4 pieces there, and you get your wire and you go quite tightly to secure the stems into the framework. So there we go, that's your start. And really, this is how it's going to be all the way along, really. You just continue with various foliages of different textures and colours. I mean, you can see there we've got greys and different greens and spiky bits, and I'm going to get some of these sort of cones on just to go in with it. I quite like, that's quite sticking out a little bit, but I quite like that. Some ivy with its berries, a little bit more spruce, and like you can see, I'm taking away the bottom of the pine. You've got things in bundles, it does make it easier. So I'm going to go round it pull it tight and I go round it about twice every time. I can just show you that there, can you see? Now, I might be doing this a little bit fast for you, or you might be a real Speedy Gonzales, so again, you've got the luxury of stopping, pausing, doing a little bit, and then coming back to do a little bit more. But I'm doing this fairly fast because I don't want you getting really bored. And just want to show you what I'm doing really. More of the ivy that's going into the damp moss, and it's damp because it will keep it longer. See there? And I think I'll put a cone in. You'll have a few of these in your pack. Now if they're not wired, this is what you do, is you get your wire, and at the bottom you need to place the wire in between the bottom bits and all the way around and bring it together, and then just twist both wires together, and that's your cone wired, and that can go just straight in all the way through, as you can see, and it's come the other side. So I'm just tucking the wire that's underneath back up into the actual door wreath. So that is in now. Now this is a winter wonderland type of one that I'm making, so you will have some of this white ruscus, and you can place that wherever you want, but it is quite a feature in it. I always put some of the spruce on the outside just to make the shape, and a little bit towards the inside, and again pulled quite tight. I think I'm going to do a little feature of cones just there. I mean, you can group things, or you can distribute things really evenly. Everybody's wreath is going to be really different, so just have a little play really. I've got some eucalyptus there. You can give people the same ingredients to make a cake and they will all be different, so the same applies to this. And actually it's a bit weird doing this and thinking you're at home there making your own, but I would absolutely love if anyone wants to show me what they've done. That would be great to see. Or maybe you've got a little party in your house and you've got one or two of your good friends over or relatives and you're able to do it. Something a bit different here. I'll show you how it's getting on. Securing again. And when you look at it, you think, oh, I've got a bit of cones there. I'll put a little bit of that over here now. As you go along. This is really nice. It's some kind of Lelandia, I think. So that would be really good at lasting. ruscus. It's actually been bleached, it has. This is quite nice as well. It's Senecchio. Now, if you haven't got some of these things in your pack, don't worry. Most packs will be the same, but at the same point, they will be a bit different because depending on what I bought in, really. I've put about 4 or 5 stems in there. Turn it around. So as I was saying, you might be speeding ahead or you might be stopping this now and again, doing a bit, and then coming back to it. Or topping up the wine. Ivy. Yeah, so it's important to keep these somewhere cool once you've done it. They really won't appreciate going inside a heated house. So porch is ideal, or hanging on the door outside is fantastic. Just put the cone in. See it really coming now. I mean, it's not all done, but it's getting there. A little bit more ruscus. It's smelling like Christmas here. I don't know if anyone's been to Carmarthen town and walked through in the night there. It's actually really nice seeing all the lights. Doing my favourite thing, which is window shopping. Add another one of these cones in. Spruce again. As you can see, I use quite a bit of spruce, especially on the outside, because I think it gives it the overall shape. Once you put about 4 in, pull it tight. Eucalyptus. Now, if you've got the woodland one, there should be some feathers in there, which you can either put in fairly close to the end, or you can put it at the very end, which is I think what I'm going to do. With your winter whites, you've got the lovely white ruscus going all the way through it. See? These. Spruce again. Getting there. With you watching me, feels as if it's taking forever, but I hope you're having a good time. Just need to finish this big gap here. I've got more spruce to give the shape again. Just light it round. And that's just about finished with me as far as the foliage and the cones go. So what you need to do now, once you have finished, is the back of it. You've got your wire, so you need to pull that fairly tight and add a little bit extra onto it. Cut it off, and this wire then is again going to wrap around the top bit of the framework. And that will actually make it secure. Now, let me just tip this so you can see my hat again. Woohoo! Right, so as you can see, that's the door wreath. Now you're going to have a bow actually with it. So this will be in a natural if it's going to be for the woodland, or it's going to be more white sort of colours for the white wintry one. So I'll just show you with this one. You just need to look at your wreath and decide if you want to put it at the top or if you want to put it at the bottom. So I'm going to have a little look at it first, see where I think I'd like to put it. I think I've got no cones there, so I think I'm going to pop you there actually. So again, you get your wire, and this goes through through the moss, and then you actually return that wire back into it, as you can see. And then opposite your bow, so that's going to be up there, you need to tie a little bit of string So you need to tie that you've got a loop so that you can hang it on to the door. So you need to get it through your main frame. Do that. My scissors just to poke it through, I think. And then bring both of the pieces of string together and then tie it into a knot. There we go. So that is for it to hold on. And you might have something like a little deer or that kind of thing if it's for a woodland, so that could be popped in at the top if you want to, or whatever you want to do. But basically there are going to be different little things for everyone, so no wreath is going to look the same. So basically that is your door wreath. I'd like to thank you very much. Hope you really enjoyed and had a bit of fun. Diolch yn fawr iawn a dymuniadau gorau dros y Nadolig. A very happy Christmas to you. Thank you. Diolch.